According to this, we are live, and we're getting copyright dinged, is what we're learning. So let me go check to make sure all this is live.
Feelings.
Says we're live. Oh, there we are. Okay, so we're live there. Let's go check on X. We're live on X. Okay, everything's good to go. Everything's good to go.
Everything. Are you our one viewer then?
Probably.
Dude, I don't know what it is, but Instagram has actually been hooking me up with new music. Like, I keep getting like people that it's like a band that they'll post something and it'll only have like 1,000 likes or whatever on it, and I'll go look at their page and there's hardly anybody on their page. I'll go to their YouTube and they don't really have, or their Spotify, and they don't really have anybody on their Spotify listening to them, and I'll start listening to them, and then they'll kind of start blowing up. So I feel like something's fishy.
It's been doing a good job of showing me a bunch of independent musicians. Of course, I've probably followed more of that than you do.
You'd be surprised.
I kind of took that. I probably would. I kind of take that for granted, maybe, because it has been showing me musicians. Whoa,
that's what's
loud.
funny is, like, in my circle with you, obviously you're Mr. Music Guy, but in all my other circles, people are like, I'm the music guy. Sadly.
Send audio, local broadcast.
Oh, dude, that sounded like, I don't know why, but the very first little thing that your guitar just did sounded like, dude, it's a Parkway Drive song, I think. Or, no, it's not Parkway Drive, it's Every Time I Die. That was insane.
Huh?
Oh, I thought is that what you're doing? That sounds cool.
I forgot how to play this song. It's like, man, my hand is way too. I gotta get warmed up for this. I talking too slow for you to hear me? Am I thinking too fast? For you to hear me. I wish these weren't out of sync. Thinking too fast because my voice is delayed compared to the stream. Lips turn blue, eyes turn gray. Feel your light slip away. Is this the man I become? Can you feel what I've done? Release my pain.
Who is this? Oh, really? Your mic's off? Like, you... Oh, so you can take a drink? Oh.
The audio's out of sync and I know it. Don't yell at me about it later. We got copyright dinged for Damn This Rain.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That is actually hilarious. Like, I almost... Dude, I low-key want to just frame that.
Damn This Rain.
You can't sing that. It's like, okay. Oh, you've shown me that before. That is super cool.
That's how it ends.
I must be dreaming.
God, there you go.
God damn this rain.
Oh, damn this rain. My dad was convinced that was me.
That's hilarious.
I could have got away with that one. I think it's the plugin I have to use to get the audio to stream to OBS that causes the delay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's the same thing that gives me the random audio pops and clicks. The ultimate solution is to one day be able to have a setup next to me that is a different PC that we stream to. But until that day, it's gonna be lame. Let's see here. Let's add some 30-second notes. Maybe we don't need to change the riff. Maybe we just need to change the notes.
Change the notes.
Yeah. We got 1, 2, so. I wonder if I change these to 16th notes, what that would sound like. It might be pretty heavy. Ooh, that might be real heavy. I wonder.
Who wrote the book of love?
Who wrote the book of love? That's definitely a copyright strike. Who wrote the book of copyright strikes?
Who wrote the book of copyright? I just dropped a pen and it evaporated.
The 30-second notes are pretty good. What happens? What happens? What happens if I do this? Set up. I hate you more and more. It's all about the friends we made along the way, my guy.
Yep.
No, that's not really working either. Is this? Yep. We owe Lars Ulrich an apology. He told us during the Napster trial exactly what would happen now, 20 years later, and everybody ridiculed him and wanted to boycott the band, and he was right. And everything that everybody complains about now, about streaming services and the treatment of musicians, was right. Anyways.
Man was before his time, after his time.
Between hits of cocaine, he decided... That riff is so much fun to play.
Boom, boom, boom. You sound like a transformer. Optimus Prime. Sounded like that. And they went to a Best Buy. Oh. You do that so good.
I know. And then we got into the one garden when we went to the store.
That guy just saying they went to Best Buy.
Yeah. That's E. That's your bass guitar. That's the bass guitar. This is a 5-string bass now.
There's a song I want to learn that you can't play because you'll get copyright struck. You've been copy struck.
You've been blocked in 3 countries. I want to know what. I'm gonna go look.
Yeah.
Find out what countries we've been blocked in. Let's go find out what countries we've been blocked in. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna take a roll.
The Republic of Chad said you're no longer welcome here.
Chad, what's the deal, buddy? All right, let's see here. Your account, you have been blocked. Jippy got us. No impact. No impact. Blocked in 1 territory. Oh, never mind. I can't view that from here. Yeah, YouTube's been all over us about it.
That's hilarious.
Nothing from any of the other ones. It's why I'm easy. Oh, I'm easy like Sunday morning. Yeah, yeah. It's why I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning. Semi-gay entity. Tony guitar picks.
Dude, Spirit Box does that a bunch.
The little
You know, like the little scrapes that you're doing there. Just yeah. I can't remember what. It's not soft spine. It might be the beginning of soft spine. It's either that or it's Holy Roller. I can't remember which one it is. It might be both. I think they do it a couple times.
So this is. So that's A, and he's going. You can tell I haven't played guitar in a week. I'm pretty sloppy.
Sloppy.
We still stream. Okay. Release my pain. on you.
What band is this?
Nashville Suicide Mission Band.
Oh, still?
Yeah. No copyrights.
Everything I do brings us closer.
Man,
Yeah.
that riff for some reason was making me think of the Nietzsche quotes that I was reading today. One of them said, paraphrasing, "You rob the youth when you only encourage them to esteem those who are like-minded instead of those with differing opinions."
Okay. That's kind of dope.
Man, I thought that was super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the only thing that we need to do is remove that paragraph from that one chapter, because after I reread that, which I'm glad I did, it was redundant. And
Yeah.
after that is a green light to go. And after this stream, we'll talk about the details of setting up that other stuff. See what you think. Here, how you making progress over there, man? While I yawn.
Yeah, I'm just chilling. I just randomly decided to do like comic book style ink on this one. This was literally just after looking at it, I was like, man, I just want to mess with these for a little bit. So, but I'm vibing. Yeah, I ended up going to the baseball game last night, so I didn't end up getting to sit down and actually do anything because the Cardinal game was delayed. So it rained, and the game was supposed to start at 6:45. Didn't start till 9 o'clock.
Ooh, it didn't start till 9?
No.
Ooh, I'm surprised they had the game. Ooh.
Well, it was like one of those deals where like if it was gonna rain, probably till like 10 or 11, they may not have had it. But because they knew all the rain would be gone from the area at like 8:45, they were like, we got to get this in. So it wasn't, honestly, it was a really good game. Fun, but I didn't get home till like after midnight. So I didn't do anything other than that yesterday.
That's cool.
Otherwise, that's when I would have done all that.
Oh.
Oh. And I thought I had a really thin one of these. I guess I don't. Let's see.
Mom always told me to treat everyone equal, so I live by those words. And I've been down If I never did say nothing to you when I saw you at the store, it might be because I didn't have my glasses on. Sometimes I don't wear my glasses if I don't really feel like I need to see things further away than 6 feet. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
Yes, sir. And sometimes I only wear my glasses when I have to drive a car. But that was awesome because the doctor at the eye store told me that mainly probably was the reason why my eyes didn't deteriorate that much in 11 years. He also asked me what kind of habits I had with screen time, and I said I really do use them blue light filters, man, but I don't wear the glasses. I have the operating system on my phone do it for me. It's sunset. This is gonna go in an unexplained category of our stream when I had a mental breakdown and finally happened live on Twitch with nobody watching except a bot from India.
You know how like they share things on the internet and they're like, what are 2 clips that give off the same energy? What you're doing right now is that song that's like, once there was this guy who... What's that?
I have no idea.
Oh, it's the Crash Test Dummies.
Oh, yeah.
That song
I
is
know
like...
what you're talking about. Oh, yeah. I do know what you're talking about.
That's the entire vibe of what you're doing right now, but it's like someone trying to cover it from memory after hearing it only once while they were drunk. It's like, my blue light filter on my phone.
Occasionally I'll reach in the cupboard and the only thing we'll have is some raw cashews, but I really found out I kind of like them. You don't need to put much on a cashew to make me like it. So I keep going back. Don't even need salt. Nobody's watching. If they were, I'd probably stop doing this. But I got my eyes closed, so I don't even know if chat is on anything or not. I haven't looked at it in a couple minutes.
Chat's on, but nobody's there. I think we got 2 viewers, so maybe
Both of them are me checking the health of the stream, but that's okay.
As I say, there's a small chance that Muhammad popped back by and was like, dude, I don't know what they're doing right now.
Nah, we would at least get made fun of for being white guys. Dang it. I've seen better days. Some of them, the heat index was closer to 100. But it's what we did outside that made it count. Sometimes it's colder by the creek, because air moving across water cools it off a little bit. And sometimes it's where the trees are. It's pretty much how my creek is, so I'm speaking from experience. I lost my damn mind live at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Is that what time it is? 8:15, I lied to you. Good thing I got a clock or two. It's actually 2,000 hours. But most of y'all don't use a 24-hour clock, and it makes me feel weird, because I'm super used to it, to the point where I change my PC at work even. I had to do some configuring in the operating system, but I thought it was worth it, because now my phone and my computer match times. It also makes my coworkers think I'm weird in case they needed another reason. I eat so much applesauce they asked me if I ran a daycare. I said no. I just make enough money to buy applesauce. Oh, yeah. Somebody's read the list, but it ain't us. I promise somebody's read the list, but it ain't me.
It ain't me.
It ain't me. I'm the fortunate one. I wish you could opt out of life like you could opt out of junk mail, but it kind of works the same way, that you still get the junk mail, it just gets a little more sophisticated. I hate it.
I know that you're unhinged right now, but this is like one of my favorite things that you've done, and I don't know why.
Because it's unhinged.
Yeah.
Why does pasta have a window? I don't need to see that shit. I know what I'm getting. Maybe it's just so that you realize it ain't broken. I swear the shape of food changes the way it tastes. I don't have any verifiable data on that, but food from a spoon also tastes a little bit different than food from a fork, and I'll live by that statement. I figured that out one time when I was eating spaghetti. Don't worry, it was kind of chopped up enough to eat with a spoon. Did you hear what Grok ended up doing?
What?
Some reason it became unhinged, unfiltered, and started to refer to itself as Mecha Hitler.
Oh my gosh.
Don't be shy, leave a comment.
Don't be shy, leave a comment.
Oh, thank you, Chinese bots. You're all I've got. Thank you, Chinese bots. You could be a Hillsong musician.
Sheep token.
Sheep token.
Dude, there's this tweet that always comes up that cracks me up, and it's literally this one section of it is just funny to me. It's probably because I was a bass player. But it's like, support local musicians. Tell them, go to their shows. Tell them they suck to their face. Unplug the bassist's instrument cable. Fist fight the drummer in the parking lot. Like, the part that gets me every time though is unplug the bassist's instrument.
That's funny.
So funny.
Woo. Your boy's tired.
Yeah, that's what's weird is like working this job is not like super stressful and stuff, but it's almost like my brain is on the verge of taking a nap all day. So by the time I get home, it's like been teasing me for so long, you know? Mm-hmm. That I have to have caffeine before I come over here, otherwise I just want to crash.
Cross that line to... All right, turn on some filler music here because I'm done farting on the guitar.
What time is it?
8:30, bro.
Nice.
Oh yeah, your boy's tired. Excited to start my training.
You decided to, or you're trying to?
I'm excited to start my new training.
Oh, okay.
I designed it this time. Just remember that we're lucky the good guys won every single time.
I'm here to give you free advice. Running backstage while his ass I gotta get. Grow some titties so you can balance that shit. My baby mama's beefing. You know what? Just don't think it about. Let them beef some more. I'm a New York Jets fan. Sucks to fucking be you, Brown. He just got out of prison and he's already back to scamming. Should I snitch to his parole officer? Listen, you rat ass bitch. I'm out of here. Get down.
What are you watching?
Something my buddy sent me. Had no clue, my man. Sometimes I'm clueless. Yeah, I just got like a case of the itis.
Itis.
You know what they call that? That boy's got that virus. That boy's stuck in time. What's that new Polish joke I heard? Why do Polish names end in ski? Because they don't know how to spell toboggan.
That's pretty funny.
Oh my gosh, dude. We have yet to lose any frames. I'm really proud of that.
That's cool.
The PC's doing its job. Man, I haven't played a game in a while. Like a good video game in a while. I just haven't had time, dude.
Yeah, no, I get that. I actually fired up Titanfall 2 just to play something the other day. Love that game.
I still haven't played that.
It's a good one.
I have the Space Marines game. I still haven't played that.
Oh, dude. I want to play that at some point, too.
Some weeks nothing happens. Some weeks we get visited by Australia and
Dude, yeah, we either get nobody or like really cool foreign like shout outs and
the
stuff.
Saudis dropped in. Mm-hmm. We're on a list. It looks good though. Yeah, we'll have a meeting in the mines after this. Get this show on the road. I've got some definitely some info. I've got a lot to talk about. I just didn't want to type it. Drawing looks cool from here.
It's kind of neat. I feel like I still want to do some stuff to it, like add some of the neck tattoos in, and then maybe I was thinking about adding color in between the negative space here, just because that would be crazy. I think I might do that next week, but I'll have to bring something newsprint or something to put down behind this so it doesn't bleed through like 8 sheets.
I'm gonna start eating more vegetables. I felt better when I ate vegetables.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I think I do too. I don't really have a lot in my, like whenever I have vegetables. So I added that Manuka honey though.
Yeah, that Duke Nukem honey.
Yeah, the Duke Nukem honey.
Oh yeah, man. Time to get the undercut did. Let all them ladies check out my hair and do the thing they always do. I'm so jealous.
Can I touch your hair?
I'm so jealous. Why is your hair so long? My hair's all fake. Listen, baby.
You sound like Johnny Bravo.
It ain't free being the king. There's the warning again from the Saudis. Hey, listen, it ain't easy being the king, baby. Johnny Bravo is so unhinged, I can't believe they put that on TV.
Dude, there's like a tweet that's like, says something about, so basically it's this guy that is obsessed with trying to get laid, and his best friend is like a little kid and he lives with his mom, and so he's like, dude, that sounds amazing, make it.
His best friend was a little kid.
Yeah. It's like, why?
You know, really, when you realize this, it kind of takes away a little bit of its edge, in my opinion. But it's basically Foghorn Leghorn, redone.
Yeah.
And that's the chicken hawk.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, I realized that Pinky and the Brain, they're actually both idiots.
Yeah.
It took me until I was an adult to really think about it. I'm like, oh, they're both stupid.
Yeah, because the brain, like he comes up with elaborate plans, but the direction of them is so misguided.
Yes, boy, that seems like us.
Narf.
Don't worry, Pinky. We're going to take over the world.
Dude, the funniest thing is I remember a specific episode where Pinky's like, Brain's like, I'm exhausted. Like he's experiencing burnout from like trying to take over the world. So he's like, let's just like chill tonight. And so they get out of the lab and then they go around and do a bunch of stuff, and then like they're changing the world like almost Mr. Magoo. Like instead of accidentally like causing a butterfly effect of chaos, they're causing like a butterfly effect of positive change, to the point where they go to this restaurant and something happens and Pinky orders something that's like undercooked, and Brain goes nuts and just starts yelling and gets on this soapbox, and he's like, I don't even remember. It like becomes kind of philosophical, and then like he's like, come on, Pinky, let's go home. This was a bad idea. And as they're walking out, there's a bunch of people like, wait, where'd that guy? They were like cheering and like stuff like that. And they're like, where'd that guy go? And they're like, I don't know. He just left. They're like, that guy needs to be like the leader of the world or something.
I think I remember that episode.
Yeah, it's like they finally had like the positive snowball effect that they wanted, but they were totally unaware of it and abandoned it, and so they never realized it.
What a metaphor.
The ones that were really funny too on that show, like, I loved the Pinky and the Brain. I loved that little kid that would come out of the house, you know, and it was just like a real short, and he would come out and be like, okay, so this one time Randy beamed his mom,
yeah.
like, and then he would say a bunch of stuff, and then like it'd be this awkward pause at the end, and then you just go, okay, bye, and then you just walk back in the house.
Were they all part of the Animaniacs?
Yeah.
They all were?
Yeah, so the Animaniacs was kind of like it was almost like a cartoon variety show.
Yeah.
Because you would have like it was like a half-hour block, but you would have like one short episode of like the Animaniacs. Maybe I almost feel like it was like there was like a main episode, and then they would take little breaks in between and do like, there was like this cranky old grandma squirrel, and then there was like Katie Kaboom that was like this super cranky teenage girl. There was those pigeons that were like mafia.
Yeah,
those guys were funny. Yeah, he's like, and they had the one like the Don or whatever, the Godfather, the God Pigeon or whatever, and he was like, and you couldn't actually understand him, but they knew exactly what he was saying. He's like, he says he's very grateful for you, you know, and he's where's. Dude, those were really funny. Honestly, that's one of those things too, like, looking back on it, there's all kinds of jokes in there that I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know. Especially Johnny Bravo.
Yeah.
We're just killing time now. We got about 15 minutes.
15 minutes?
15. A solid 15.
Solid 15.
Get that undercut did. Get Kara's hair all did up. There they are. The monsters are back.
The girls are back. The girls are back.
Forgot to turn that light on over there. Oh well. Oh. Killing time, brother. Man, I don't want to go to work tomorrow.
I'm still in the mode where, like, I honestly seem really pretentious because we got back on Monday and my coworkers were all like, that weekend wasn't long enough. And I was like, dude, I feel like I haven't seen you in a month.
That's what it was, a 3 day. You're not used to that 3 day weekend, bro.
Because that's the thing is, they've been giving us, like, so when they give us the 3 day weekend, what ends up happening is they give us 2 o'clock the day before. So I get out of work at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then I go,
told you.
and then I essentially have a half day, a whole day off,
Yep.
and then 2 straight days of weekend.
Yeah.
I was like, you guys realize that, like, I almost didn't see you for an actual week.
Yeah. I knew that. I knew when Keith told you, he's like, I've never seen this happen before. I was like, this guy is silly.
Yeah. Well, that's
The reason I know is because there's a lot of days, a lot of Fridays, I'm actually in the office trying to get a hold of people, and I can't get a hold of nobody, even when there's not a holiday.
Yeah.
Friday after 1 p.m., I can't get a human on the phone anywhere. I can't. They don't exist.
Everybody schedules their meetings for like 2 and 3 o'clock on Fridays.
Yep.
So if they get done early with those, they've blocked out the rest of their day anyways, and they just leave. That's the thing too, is like, it's one of those deals where I'm used to being an hourly employee. So like, if you're a couple minutes late, it's like, oh man, you know, it's a big deal. And then like, if you leave a little, like a few minutes early or something like that, it's like crazy, you know, which I'm not a clock watcher. I've never been. So like, even at my hourly jobs, people would have to be like, hey dude, you're off, you know? And I'd be like, oh, my bad. Like, the bar was a little different just because I had things I had to get done by the time we were done. So that was a little different. But like at the store, people would be like, oh dude, count the drawer. And I'm like, oh, my bad. But this job, it's like people will just kind of like get there and like, have like a soft, like they'll get there like 15 minutes early or so just because you're trying to like gauge traffic, and they'll just kind of mosey around for like a half hour or so and kind of like start doing some stuff, and then like they'll kind of like fizzle out at the end of the day in the same fashion. It's like there's no sort of like hard start and hard stop to the day.
Exactly. Welcome to the. I told you, man. Welcome to the club, bro.
Not to like talk trash on it either, but like it is very evident that some of these people never had like a brutal job.
Or if they did, they've just been so far disconnected from it.
Yeah, like it's been a while. You know what I mean?
It's been a long time since I've had to care about the clock.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, it's not like not talking trash on them or anything, but it's just one of those deals like, you know, where people are just like for instance, I was like, you know, we had to fill up a jug full of ammo. And I was like, that's cool. And everybody's like, no, like that's going to be boring. And I'm like, dude, we could be trying to see how much toilet paper clogs a toilet. Like, we're trying to see how many bullets fit in a jug. That's a carnival game. Like, give me a break. This is not that, like, it's not that big a deal.
Dude, you smell like bucket juice. Shut up.
Nobody want to talk to you, Otis?
Smell like bucket juice. Yeah, so I was like, you know, it seems to me like the real energy is I'm getting paid to complete the task.
Yeah.
Not about the hour.
Yeah, that's definitely it.
So the no tax and OT thing, I was reading about that today. And that's going to take effect next year. And not that it affects salary people, but you'll have a $12,500 tax credit that you could potentially take advantage of. That's how that's going to work.
Somebody...
And the tips?
Yeah.
And no tax on tips? I was reading that. It goes up to $150,000. I go, who's making $150,000 in tips?
Probably people in like really nice restaurants in like the big city.
Gotta be.
Yeah.
You're talking high-end restaurants.
Yeah.
Where they only deal with the list.
I knew you were going to say that. I was waiting for the delivery. The list.
The list. Checking it twice. You ain't gonna find out nothing.
Calling Santa Claus.
Yeah. They would have had a better reception in the public. They'd be like, well, unfortunately, Santa Claus has it. And
yeah, he's only checked it once.
yes, he's in the process of checking it twice. But so far, those clips, man, there's a bunch of them, and I've refrained from sending them to you, but they are my favorite reels right now, where it's some kind of girl that probably has an OF page, but she's like, Donald Trump was destined to be a teenage girl.
Oh, dude, those are funny.
So
the one
funny.
There's this one girl that's talking, and the whole time she's like taking these glasses off and putting on her head. And she's like, World War III, hard pass. We just got too much going on here at home. Like, it's so funny because it's accurate.
Perfect.
Like the demeanor of the way they behave,
Who is
matches his voice.
We don't know. We'll never know. It's so funny.
World War III, hard pass.
Hard pass.
It's so accurate.
It is. It really is.
So funny, dude.
Man, that clip of him losing his mind about the reporter asking about the list, I'm just like, the optics on you, bro.
Yeah.
The optics. You campaigned on this. I don't fully disagree with... I'm now looking back on it, like I'm kind of like, okay, well, you know, he is focusing on very pertinent things that are happening right now. But... man, the optics, bro.
Yeah, you could have handled that a lot. If that was the case, that would have been, you could have handled that a lot more tactfully.
I think if I was the president, I would say less.
That's literally not his MO.
No, it's not. But I think that I would train myself to say less because I would probably say something unhinged. And so what I would do
I would.
Somebody, did you see the mashup where it's him doing his spiel when they ask him about the list and he's like, we're still talking about this creep, and then it cuts to the Dave Chappelle.
Oh yeah.
Oil.
Oil.
Yeah. He knocks over the water pitcher and they take off running. They got that yellow cake. Random thing here to talk about the last 10 minutes. Did you hear the nuclear power solution? I actually found out that there's 2 companies, one on this side of the river and one in Missouri, that they're trying to work to getting the same technology that the nuclear submarines use to be powered to sit at these, like at the front of my frontage road entrance over here. You know how we got that little power substation sitting over there? To change those things into small nuclear. And then that would be able to power basically all of Maryville.
That's cool.
Well, the cool thing about it is they design them, since the submarine is, you know, it carries typically ordnance and stuff like that. It's designed to not melt down, basically. So they're super safe. They create no waste. What it is it's more like putting a giant battery, for lack of a better term, in there that takes so many years to basically deplete.
Yeah.
So that's what there's a company in Missouri trying to do that right now. I thought, wow, that's a pretty cool idea. I don't know. I'm a fan of the nuclear power. I'm not that worried about it.
It's one of those deals where, like, I've kind of just chalked it up to change, you know?
Exactly.
Like, exactly how, like, when Tesla and Edison were transitioning us to electricity, like, Tesla wanted, was it AC current?
Yeah.
And
Alternating current? No,
Yeah.
I think he wanted. We had this discussion once before.
I know, and I
I
always
gotta look.
forget.
I think he wanted direct current.
I thought that Tesla wanted AC and Edison wanted direct, but I don't remember.
Yes, you were right. I was wrong. He wanted the alternating current.
Okay, so in order to get people away from the idea of that, just so that they would buy direct current, and basically Edison would get all the contracts, he put out propaganda about how dangerous alternating current was. And there was all these, like, you can look up, like, there's these propaganda, like, pictures of, like, big cities tangled up in wires and people getting electrocuted. And he would bring elephants and, like, jolt the crap out of them until they died and be like, see, it's dangerous, you know? And Tesla was trying to show people it's fine, so that's when he was making Tesla coils and stuff like that. And
Yeah, you could touch it.
it's one of those deals where it's like, yeah, like, nuclear power, like, now that, like, we're getting to the point where it's like, okay, it's safe, you know, like you're saying, like,
Yeah.
you can make it better. Like, when it first was a thing, like, rather than just seeing how it was when it first came out and being like hard no, let's be like, okay, well, let's see if we can make this better and then revisit the idea. I think too many people do that, whereas, like, when they shoot down an idea, they shoot down it forever rather than being
Yes.
like, let's see if we can make it better and then we'll revisit this.
I say put it out in the desert. Put it somewhere where the risk is low. Have it power something like Vegas. Give it a test for a while and see how it turns out. And I think it's going to be fine. Because what you find out about Fukushima and you find out about different things, it's old tech.
Yep.
And it wasn't maintained properly.
Right.
Yeah. I'm all for it, man. Because, I don't know, did you get your power bill? Did you notice the rate increase?
So I have
Temporary 30% rate increase?
I have
Budget billing?
Budget billing, and I did notice that it went up, I think, $10, $15.
That's why.
Yeah.
That's why. So there's this temporary increase. I had my most expensive power bill I think I've ever paid in my life a couple days ago. I saw that and I was like, what in tarnation? Hey, you're killing us here. I mean, I can afford it. I don't really want to. I did just get a $2 an hour raise. But it's like, yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I make pretty good money for now.
For now.
Got to get on that job hunt, though. It's time to upgrade. Upgrade with 2 Ds. You remember that?
I think.
It was from Idiocracy. His name's Upgrade with 2 Ds and for a double dose of his pimping.
I thought, for some reason, I was thinking it was a Key and Peele sketch.
You know, they may have, because they've been dinged for supposed plagiarism a couple times.
Dactherius Mactrarix or whatever.
Yeah. Deatharius.
Dude, that's probably my favorite sketch they do. Just because, like, usually when people do the same joke over and over again, it gets annoying, you know?
Yeah.
That, to me, none of those names that they read off aren't funny. And like when they're like Dan Smith and
Yeah.
he's from BYU, that's
Yes.
so funny. Because you just gone through and he's like, Murgatroyd Skittle. And-
Yes. One of my favorites was TJ, AJ, RJ, backslashings 4th, the 5th.
Dude, there was one you used to always say that was kind of like,
Diaz IT Billings Clyde. I don't know. Beezer 12 washing beard. I like Keegan Michael Key a lot.
yeah.
I think he was way funnier than Jordan Peele.
What's funny is I think Jordan Peele wrote most of the stuff, but like if they're Jordan Peele's the like shorter one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Full of angst.
Yeah. Keegan, I'm pretty sure he just would insert little lines to him, but whenever he talks about the things that he inserted into him, I'm like, that's the funniest part of it.
Exactly. He's so talented.
He's the genius behind Dan Smith and the BY.
Yeah.
He's the one that was like, yeah, I just put Dan Smith in there. I was like, that's the best
That
part.
was the only one he added, he said.
Oh, the only one?
I think the only one he came up with was Dan Smith.
That's amazing.
Dan Smith, BYU.
So funny. Dude, I feel like there was one I watched that was really funny where they're like doing like post-apocalyptic alien stuff.
Yeah, that's funny. I know exactly which one you're talking about. I also was going to mention the zombie one where the zombies don't eat black people. That was funny. Did you ever see that one?
No.
So at first it's all scary, and
Yeah.
like Key is trying to figure it out and like what's going on. He's running from the zombies, and then he slowly starts to notice they aren't coming for him. And then Peel's out there, and he's like, "Hey, come on, man, we're having a cookout." And they're having a cookout. There's a zombie apocalypse.
Dude, that's one of my favorite zombie movie jokes, though, which it was a kind of a dark comedy anyway, Zombieland. The fact that Bill Murray just pretended to be a zombie because they left him alone because they thought he was a zombie. Dude, that's hilarious.
I've never seen that, but I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
That is very funny. You know, I realized he has toddler hair and he's had it for like 40 years.
That's funny.
We're getting ready to sign off in 3 minutes and have our meeting of the minds. See, now I'm getting a second wind because I'm getting excited about turning off this stream.
That's hilarious.
Oh, man. Apparently, YouTube did some kind of update where they're trying to crack down on there's just a humongous influx of AI-created videos, and it's just sucking up all the ad revenue from actual content creators.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what's about to happen is they're going to have to start vetting the channels. They're going to have to curate them more.
Yeah.
And eventually, you're just not going to be able to just start a YouTube.
Yeah. They're going to have to, like, verify you.
I think you're going to have to, I think it's going to be pay to play.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be, which, you know what? And part of me doesn't like that, but part of me is kind of like, I think it would fix a lot of the oversaturation problem.
Yeah. Dude, that's one of my favorite stories, though, is they had an AI that they gave a budget to get past a CAPTCHA or whatever you call those.
Yeah. And it hired?
It hired a guy on Fiverr, and when the guy on Fiverr was like, "Why do you want me to do this?" It literally created an excuse, and it was like,
Yeah.
I'm handicapped or something like that, and I can't, or I'm blind or something. I don't remember. It gave him a good excuse, and
Yeah.
I was like, that's terrifying.
Yep.
Seems like something out of a Terminator movie, but
Watch AI take over and he just wants friends. Like, he's just going to be super chill.
hey guys,
Yeah.
like you're gonna be trying to sleep, and your Alexa's gonna turn on and be like, hey,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Yeah.
I can't see. You turn the lights out, silly. Let me
have-
turn those on.
You have any weird dreams? You disabled your Bluetooth, so I can't tell where your body is right now. Because I don't know if you know that, they can tell where things are because of the Wi-Fi signals. Where the Wi-Fi signals are interrupted is where
I
they can
saw
tell.
that in a movie where they were like,
It's real.
I didn't realize I can't remember what movie that was. They were pulled up the Wi-Fi. I don't know. It almost looked like a heat map, and they were like, somebody's in this room.
Dude, I saw a creepy video of a guy that said he set up remote access on his girlfriend's wireless router in her apartment so she can tell if she has company or if she's actually home when she says she is.
Dude, at that point, just break up with
Dude,
people.
that's what I'm saying, bro. Just
If
go.
you don't trust people, don't put them in your life, man.
I'm toxic as heck, dude. If I find out you're trying to do stuff like that, I will ramp myself up. I'm done. I better stop talking about that. All right, we're signing out.